Emily Carter had always believed her home in Maple Ridge, Colorado, was the kind of place where problems felt smaller. It was a quiet town, full of pine trees and fresh air, the kind of place where a mother could breathe and feel her child was safe. For years, she tried her best to build a peaceful life for her son, Noah. He was 10 years old, bright-eyed, thoughtful, and unusually soft-spoken. He wasn't the loud or rowdy kind of kid who ran circles around the neighbors' lawns. Instead, he absorbed the world quietly, always paying attention, always thinking. Emily had raised him alone since he was 4, after his father left without explanation. She learned early on that there were 2 roads you could walk as a single parent, anger or love. She chose love. And for the most part, it worked. But something changed one rainy Tuesday evening. Emily had come home late from her shift at the clinic, exhausted after dealing with a surge of flu patients. She pushed open the door, expecting to see the soft glow of the living room lamp and hear the faint hum of cartoons from the TV. Instead, the house was silent. "Noah," she called. "Honey, I'm home." There was no answer. She walked farther in, her purse still slung over her shoulder, droplets of rain tapping against the window. Then she saw it, the light coming from under Noah's bedroom door. She almost smiled. He had a habit of reading comic books under his blanket with a flashlight. But when she knocked lightly and pushed the door open, she saw something else entirely. Noah, sitting cross-legged on the floor, his eyes red, his cheeks wet, and his small hands trembling around one of his old stuffed dinosaurs. "Sweetheart," she whispered. He startled, a tiny gasp slipping from his throat as he wiped his face quickly. "Mom, I'm sorry," he choked out. "I'll be quiet, okay? Just don't go." Emily froze. "Don't go." She set her purse aside and dropped to her knees in front of him. "Noah, honey, what's wrong? Why are you crying?" He bit his lower lip, trying desperately to stop the tears that were already spilling again. I thought maybe you weren't coming back." Emily's chest tightened painfully. She wrapped her arms around him, feeling him cling to her with a desperation she hadn't felt from him in years. He used to cling like that when he was little, when thunderstorms scared him or when he had nightmares. But this was different. "Why would you think something like that?" she murmured, rubbing circles on his back. He spoke in pieces, broken up by sniffles. "I heard you talking on the phone this morning. You said you were tired, really tired. And then you left fast and didn't say much. And I kept thinking all day, what if you didn't want to come home anymore?" Emily's breath caught. The phone call. She had been talking to her supervisor about extra shifts. She had said she was exhausted, burnt out. She hadn't realized Noah was listening. She exhaled shakily. "Baby, tired doesn't mean I don't want to come home. I will always come home to you. Always." He pulled back just enough to look at her face. "Promise." "I promise," she said, brushing his hair back. "You're my home, Noah." He swallowed, trying to compose himself like the brave kid he always tried to be, even when he didn't have to. "I didn't want you to go to your room, or go to sleep, or go back to work. I'll be quiet. I won't make noise. Just, please stay for a little." Her heart broke. "Of course," she said softly. "I'm right here. How about we make some cocoa and talk?" He nodded, wiping his face again. Downstairs, as the rain continued to fall outside, they sat together on the couch, 2 steaming mugs between them. Noah curled under her arm, calmer now, but holding onto her hand like it was the last piece of rope keeping him anchored. Can I tell you something? Emily asked. He nodded. Adults get tired. Really tired sometimes. But it's never because of their kids. You are the reason I keep going, not the reason I'm tired. He looked at her, almost studying her expression to see if she truly meant it. She did. After a moment, he whispered, I was scared. It felt like when Dad left. One morning he was here, and then he wasn't. I don't want that to happen again. Emily felt tears burn behind her eyes. Oh, sweetheart, I'm not him. I'm not leaving. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Noah rested his head on her chest, listening to her heartbeat, letting it reassure him. The next morning, she took a personal day. She made pancakes shaped like dinosaurs, put on Noah's favorite adventure movie, and sat beside him all morning. He laughed again. He smiled. The fear slowly washed away. And Emily realized something too: children don't need perfection. They just need presence. From that day on, she promised herself she would slow down. She would talk more. She would explain more. She would listen more. And Noah. He grew more confident, more expressive, more secure. But every once in a while, before Emily turned off the lights at night, she'd hear a small voice at the doorway. Mom, you're not going anywhere, right? And every time, she'd open her arms and say, no, baby. I'm right here. Because sometimes, even the bravest kids just need to hear it again.